In the Philippines, ischemic heart disease is the top cause of death among Filipino men and the second cause of death among Filipino women. Dr. Hino Quizon, a cardiologist of the medical center in Manila, said that cigarette smoking, alcohol intake, and uncontrolled sugar consumption causes this disease. Ngalog holds its title as a superfood. It has a wide variety of vitamins and minerals in its arsenal. It has antibacterial, diuretic, anti-inflammatory properties, and many more. The leaves of Ngalog plant are abundant in omega-3 fatty acids that may help prevent the high cholesterol and blood pressure levels, aid in lowering the risk of heart disease and possibly cancer. This driven the researcher to conduct a study entitled The Production, Characterization, and Potential of Ngalog as Crude Sweetener. The Ngalog crude sweetener will be a good alternative for business owners to use since it is easier to prepare, affordable, and healthier for their customers. For example, milk tea shops and cafes. They use tons of sweeteners on the products they sell. The Ngalog sweetener is as effective to the regular sugar they use. For you to be able to fully understand my study, I will present to you my research methodology. But before that, let's move to a laboratory. That's more like it. This study will be laid in a complete randomized design. 1 kilogram of Ngalog shoots and leaves was freshly picked at the researcher's locality, after which it was strained and blended in order to make the plant material to a pulp. The pulp plant material was then transferred to a glass container. 150 ml of distilled water was added to the pulp. The pulp and water were stirred for several minutes with a glass stir stick to really create a homogeneous mixture. The pulp and water mixture are squeezed firmly using a cheesecloth imitating the extraction of glucose. The remaining pulp on the cheesecloth was scraped and mixed with 250 ml distilled water and was again filtered using the same method but with a new cheesecloth. The sample was brought to laboratory for characterization in terms of saponin, froth test, and foam test, and phytochemical screening. Also, 300 milliliters of the extract were isolated from the original sample and will be used for the test of this study. The data gathered were summarized in tables and analyzed under the saponin froth test and foam test. The data gathered are qualitative and quantitative. A qualitative analysis was performed to detect the presence of alkaloids, anthraquinone, flavonoid, phenolic, protein, reducing sugar, saponin, and steroid. Table 1 shows the different tests performed and the results of the phytochemical screening. Phytochemical analysis showed the presence of reducing sugar, saponins, and steroids. Table 2A shows the thickness of the foam that formed in the Ngalog extract's saponin froth test. Under saponin froth test, the formation of 1 cm layer of foam indicates the presence of saponin to the extract. Table 2B shows the foam that formed in the Ngalog extract under foam test in time frames. Under foam test, if foam produced persists for 20 minutes, it indicates the presence of saponins. Based on the thorough review of the findings of the study, the researcher formulated the following conclusions. Phytochemical analysis showed the presence of reducing sugar, saponins, and steroids in the Ngalog extract. Also, Ngalog extract is effective as a crude sweetener since the saponin detection under the saponin froth test and foam test came in positive. The researcher formulated the following recommendations. The presence of other phytochemicals should also be tested in Ngalog. In addition, other parts of the plant should also be used and tested. Different concentration of Ngalog should be conducted and ethanol should be introduced next time. Also, further studies should be conducted comparing Ngalog with other plants that can be a potential crude sweeteners. Sugar always had a bittersweet reputation when it comes to health. However, with Ngalog, body would be healthier and life will become sweeter.